Hi everybody, and welcome to the Sage Centaurus channel. For those of you who have been here before, welcome back. We are doing another pick-a-pile reading today, looking at what is coming up in the month of October 2022 for you. We have 3 piles here. We're going to be looking at tarot, oracle cards, pulling clarifiers as needed, and then we'll go ahead and end it with advice from spirit. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to pre-shuffle everything just because we are going to be looking at more cards than usual. So for those of you who are new to pick-a-pile readings, this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Go ahead, pause the video if you need to, meditate on the piles, see which ones you are drawn to the most. You can be drawn to more than one. And then you'll want to scroll on down to the description box to pick the timestamp for your reading, and then I will meet you in your reading once you do. For those of you who would like to book a private reading with me, you can do so by clicking the links below down in the description box under private readings. And let's see what else. Oh, I'm now offering Reiki healings through Chiron's Alchemy starting in November 2022. There's a discount code down below for those of you who would like to book, to do an early booking there. So with all that being said, I guess let's just get this show on the road, and I will see you in your reading. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. You guys selected the Moon Power Tarot and this lovely champagne honey optical calcite. So let's get into your reading for October 2022. It looks like more recently we've kind of switch course a little bit here, walking away from something that just wasn't giving what we needed it to give. It felt like there's just like this missing piece. Perhaps it was, a relationship with somebody with 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and maybe we're a little bit sad about this separation. But it looks like we're doing kind of what's best for us here. When I see Judgment crossed by the 5 of Swords, it's kind of like choosing ourselves here, kind of seeing the bigger picture, what was going on, taking a look and seeing like that perhaps this was maybe blocking us from achieving our goals, like just the energy overall was kind of a drain, and choosing to put yourself first. Maybe the ending was a little bit abrupt to this situation, whether it was a romantic situation or some kind of pursuit that brought some like emotional fulfillment for you in one way or another. We have the 10 of Wands at the basis of the situation. So it looks like right now you're kind of like really, you've got a lot on your plate. And so it's kind of good that you're cutting away some energy that just wasn't doing it for you. So trying to clear some things off the plate to create space for, your own mental well-being, your own self-love, your own personal time, just to kind of find that emotional fulfillment that you need to make time for yourself. So up in the mind, we have the Chariot. So I think that by creating some space here, we have come more into alignment with the path that we have maybe had in our mind for some time, or some like major goal that we would like to accomplish. It's like we cleared some space for us to kind of go full speed ahead towards this goal with the Chariot up in the mind. It's kind of like getting that focus back that you needed. Perhaps whatever this energy was that you recently separated from was causing you to be scattered or distracted. And it's like we saw that all clearly, and how kind of like the bigger picture of how things were hindering progress in one way or another, and paid attention to how we felt maybe, or how we're feeling now, like maybe like there's just too much on the plate. This is a distraction. I need to get back to like plan A here, my personal goals. And I see you kind of getting that focus back in order here up in the mind, perhaps even feeling like renewed hope, or just like feeling more solid in it, feeling like a sense of like happiness or purpose as well. There's this energy of balance coming through with temperance and attitudes, and I think that that's exactly, it ties back into these cards here in the middle of the cross. This is a Celtic cross spread, but it's just a little, it's laid out a little differently just because of space. But over here, it's like I can see us trying to restore balance, and then in attitudes, we have this mindset of we need like balance. We need things to flow, because perhaps maybe you felt like you were just pushing too hard. Maybe it was just, I think the energy was just too scattered here. And it's like, okay, what can I cut away to put myself first here in order to restore balance, for things to just kind of flow naturally instead of maybe feeling like you're pushing. It's we're kind of moving towards this energy of aligning with goals and flowing towards them in balance. I have the Knight of Swords here in the environment as well. So again, cutting away anything that's like in your way, clearing the path, running through, theoretically, running through with like, not theoretically, but metaphorically, running through with a machete and just kind of clearing away dead plants, dead grass, dead projects, dead relationships, dead energy that's like in the way, and just clearing that path forward towards your goal so the chariot can just kind of charge forward here. So we can charge forward. People might also see you as kind of doing this, like paring down, clearing the path so you can charge forward at full speed, like full freedom. We have the High Priestess coming up in the near future. So I think that as a result of clearing away distractions and clutter and anything that might be like weighing you down, holding you back, causing you to feel burnt out and tired and unfulfilled, clearing that away is going to allow for intuition to flow in. You might be hearing more messages from spirit or seeing more messages come through in terms of like angel numbers, dreams. You know, if you pay attention to like seeing butterflies or grasshoppers or like spirit animals. I just think that you're going to have more of a direct line in with spirit, with your own intuition here coming up, just because you're kind of decluttering your mental space, decluttering anything that just doesn't belong. It's kind of like this paring down in order to charge forward. And I just think you're going to feel even more aligned or more clear on the next steps that you need to take. Like it's just going to become more of like an intuitive motion over like pushing because that's what you're supposed to do. It's like, okay, I'm going to have more intuitive direction as to like when to push, when to not push, and where to push. So I feel like right now we're kind of pushing in all directions and pairing and pulling our energy back a little bit to pare down, to figure out which directions kind of align with, you know, the original goal, the original plan. And your intuition is going to be able to come through once you do that cutting away of excess energy or excess distractions. You're going to be really, really even more clear on the path forward where you need to go. You're going to feel more in alignment. It's just going to feel like more of a flow. Okay, we've got the Page of Pentacles in Hopes and Fears, and that's telling me that it looks like we'd like to plant some new seeds here, maybe learn something new, build up our skill set a little bit here. Page of Pentacles can also be interested in like earth magic or the occult a little bit, like crystals, crystal magic, also like physical body, like using the physical body. So maybe you're going to be taking more yoga or learning to be a yoga instructor. You could also be perhaps like, I don't know, I just feel like building up your spiritual repertoire a little bit, like delving into maybe some new books, learning a little bit more on the path forward, or like maybe even learning a little bit more about investing, because Pentacles also does rule money, investments, physical, tangible things. So maybe learning about new ways to invest, new ways to make money, but kind of building up your skill set so that you can add that to complement your journey here, to kind of like add a little bit extra income. but like with something that like interests you. It's not just to add income, like adding income to add income. It's something that is going to like really catch your eye, really drive your interest. And I feel like it's going to align in with the path that you're on here. And I'm sorry if you can hear vehicles driving around. Somebody's doing construction around here and there's nothing I can do about it. So let's just ignore it, I guess. And then we have the Ace of Wands in the outcome here. So really feeling your energy coming back, feeling lit up with fire, passion again. Like you're like more aligned with your joy, like opportunities coming in here towards you for like growth, expansion, creation. So I just see like new beginnings coming in here. You're bringing in new energy, you're studying, you're adding to your skill set here. You're going to be more aligned with your intuition. You're going to go back to plan A, clear away clutter, so that you can charge forward on your original idea, original goal. Perhaps maybe we got, you know, a little bit distracted by continually adding things to our plate to that we thought maybe would complement this goal, or maybe just like other excess things. Like I see maybe like some kind of a relationship here. There was some kind of relationship for some of you that may have just been disappointing and served as like more of a distraction, and that kind of like pulled you away from this journey, this path, this goal, this original idea that you kind of had set for yourself here. So you're clearing all of that away, choosing yourself here with the Five of Swords. Perhaps it was an abrupt ending and like you were like, I'm done with this, because the Five of Swords can be kind of rough. Perhaps there was an argument involved here, but it was like seeing the bigger picture and how like this, whatever this was serving as a drag and kind of blocking you from where you really truly need to be. So clearing that away, learning some new skills, and really starting to see some opportunities flow in, stuff that really excites you and lights you up, like with passion and like drives you. So more of what you're like aligned with, and more opportunities that truly align with your original plan, your original path forward. Okay, so let's look at some oracle cards. I pre-shuffled these for you. We've got Burn the Idols, Excelsior, Acceptance is the answer, Play, Forgive. I don't want to go off screen here. Restore, Fifth Dimension, card 5. Let's just do this. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay. We got this tiny little space. Okay. Okay, so Fifth Dimension, Cosmic Light Council, and the Eternal Stone. Okay, you guys, let's get into the oracle cards. So, as I mentioned earlier, the energy of balance is coming through here in the oracles as well. We have Fifth Dimension. It reads, you are ascending, be gentle and nourish your human form at this time. Exist in a state of love and not fear. So that really aligns with this Restore card. So I feel like right now, again, we're cutting away anything that kind of keeps our plate running over, overfilled, keeps us like in this state of almost near burnout. And we're kind of cutting that away, clearing that away to restore, to find balance, to fill up on our own beautiful energy, which is coming through with the High Priestess in the near future here. Also, too, I want to mention near future is about a couple of weeks out, and then Ace of Wands would be coming in towards the end of October. So we have this energy of like restoration and clearing and cleansing. And also too, with Cosmic Light Council, it reads you are being cleared, balanced, and stabilized through 12 vibrational dimensions of light. So again, clearing away what doesn't belong. I think you're having assistance from spirit this month. Spirit guides, angels, the universe is going to kind of step in and help like make it really clear what you need to cut away. You have that Judgment card coming in, and that's like assistance from spirit as well, to kind of see the bigger picture, to breathe fresh life into yourself, to like have this renewal, and I believe that renewal is towards like the original plan, the original goals that you had set for yourself. And so I just see like us restoring our physical body, our energy, restoring our belief in the plan, restoring our comfort, and kind of going through this like purging, this cleansing, and creating more time, which will also create more time for us to take care of ourselves this month, pile 1. So we also have the Eternal Stone. What you grieve is not lost. Everything has and will be returned to you in another form. So for those of you who had to make some sacrifices, you know, with relationships or things that maybe you thought brought you emotional fulfillment, but maybe there was just something missing, or it just didn't fit with where things are going, the direction you wanted to go, that you had to kind of cut away, clear away, perhaps maybe in an abrupt manner. It's all for the best. Do not focus on, you know, feeling sad about these losses. They had to happen for a reason. It's divine protection. It's the divine setting in and realigning you with the original plan here this month of October. So don't feel bad about what you had to say goodbye to in order to realign yourself. There are blessings coming through for you, new opportunities that really excite you coming up. So know that it was for a good reason. There is a higher purpose to everything here, and that you will be rewarded for kind of clearing the space and allowing yourself to run free and charge forward towards your goals here. Spirit is assisting you with this. Oh, I thought we weren't recording for a second. Okay, so then we have play and forgive. So I think, again, you're going to have more time to kind of just do what makes you happy, do what brings you joy. We're stepping away from this 10 of Wands energy and consciously making the call that, hey, I need to clear away some stuff because I'm just feeling beat down. So I'm seeing you kind of engage in a little bit more fun this month. And perhaps like forgiving yourself, forgiving others. Maybe if this was like a breakup that you had more recently, like finding that forgiveness within yourself to truly let go of this energy and move forward, move on. Perhaps perhaps if this was a breakup and you broke up with this person for some reason, they're going to step up and give you a reason to forgive them. Because I just see the energy kind of just becoming a lot lighter in October for you. Things are clearing away. You are healing. You are like coming more into alignment with who you are, where you need to go, getting that clear vision back. So you can kind of charge forward and get some new awesome opportunities through. Okay, so we have acceptance is the answer. I think that is also talking about kind of just becoming okay with what you had to say goodbye to, all the excess that maybe has accumulated more recently here that you're kind of clearing off your plate. Accepting that, yeah, I am beat down, I am run down, I need to clear space, I need to put myself first. And then Excelsior is this energy of like ascension and rising. So and with the butterfly here and the moon, I definitely think that spirit is here assisting. And this little scene here kind of reminds me of the 3 of Wands card. And it's like looking out on the horizon. And it's like almost like a POV of that card, as if you were the little guy or girl on the cliff, kind of looking out to the ocean to see the ships coming in. You're moving towards your like manifestations, your goals. So also too with the feather, I do think assistance is coming in from spirit this month for you to help clear the path, Maybe you've been kind of struggling a bit. Maybe you've made a call out to Spirit, said some prayers, set some intentions, done some rituals. Spirit is stepping in and saying, okay, I'm going to help you achieve balance here. And we're going to get you on the right path. We're going to clear away what does not belong so that you can finally ascend and achieve the goals that you have been dying to achieve for so long. And then burn the idols. So, interesting card. It's all about kind of going, like looking at what you actually idolize. And is that truly supporting your vision, your path forward? You know, a lot of people can get caught up in following celebrities and all that gossip, all that hot tea, and they idolize those people. We can idolize those people and feel like, oh, they know the path to success. I want to be like them. And really, that's like their own path, and it was successful for them, but it may not be successful for everybody. So really, like, idolizing people can be more of a hindrance than supportive in a lot of cases. So it's kind of like going through and burning the distractions, burning things that you idolize that maybe served as a distraction. Like maybe you were like, oh, I'm really, maybe it was your goal to like really build up your business or build up your career. Or like learn something new, or to, like, I feel like maybe attain a degree or something, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, everyone's getting married, look at all these celebrities getting married and blah blah blah, and like, I'm gonna go on Tinder or Bumble and just see what's out there. Maybe I've been single for a while, and it came in and served as a distraction. So I feel like if that did happen, if there was some kind of relationship for you that the way that, like, I feel like it just became like stressful, it became non-serving, it just became really obvious that that wasn't where your energy needs to be pushed in that moment. So if it was a relationship or some other form of emotional fulfillment that you got through, it looks like it was actually a distraction in the moment, wasn't part of your path at the moment, that you're cutting away. It's good, because now that's more closely aligning you with where you actually need to go. It's freeing up your energy, freeing up your space for new blessings to come through here. So let's get some advice cards for you, which I will shuffle on camera. We're going to use Inquire Within. By the way, this is Amulet Friends Visions, and this is Starlight Frequencies. They're all available in the shop too if you like any of the decks. And the Moon Power Tarot, we're getting in the holographic version very soon. So if you like that deck, that limited edition version is coming in. Okay, so let's get some advice from Spirit for you for October 2022. It is within reach. There you go. So whatever you're working towards, I feel like you are right there, you guys. Like, it's right there. We literally just have to move some things around in order to grab it. Okay, this wants to come out. Seek inspiration in unusual places. So maybe if you've been working, nose to the grindstone, take a pause, take a day off. New inspiration could come through that way. That's also clearing out this energy of like driving yourself into the ground. Maybe sometimes we just need a reset to restore the balance. One more. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, burn the idols. So if you've been feeling like, well, so-and-so does this and they have all this success and they're doing it this way and I've been trying to do it this way and it's not working, well, that's because that's their path, that's not yours. So you have to do what drives you, what your intuition is telling you to do. And I feel like Spirit is coming in to help you clear away distractions so that your intuition can become even louder. It doesn't have to be perfect according to external opinions. What makes you happy? And sometimes striving for perfection can drive us crazy, can totally put us in 10 of Wands energy. It's like this mental, like, ruminating cycle of like, nothing's ever good enough, and that can be really draining, and it can also put your energy into a low vibration and cause more stress than necessary. So just kind of focus on where exactly you need to go, where exactly you need to put your energy, what you need to clear away, and know that the process isn't perfect. Give yourself grace. It looks like your new opportunities are right here. So I feel like for most of you watching this, by the end of October, you're going to really start to see these manifestations start to come through, new opportunities coming through, things that you've been really looking for that really light you up. See things for what they are, okay? So this idealization of certain things, saying goodbye to relationships that may actually be serving as a drain instead of like fulfilling us. Kind of just being really honest with yourself and finding that clarity. Like, is this serving me? What can I cut away? Let's get a few more advice cards here from the embodiment deck. This was Inquire Within. Advice for pile 1. Oh my gosh, well, we got 3 right away. Oh, look at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So, ritual. I haven't seen this one yet. Ritual is creating a sacred experience to honor my journey in ritual. I usher in a new season. Oh my gosh, how perfect for fall. While celebrating the path I have forged. Oh my gosh. Has there been a breakthrough moment in my life that I can honor and create ritual for? Today I will bless the experiences that have shaped me with a physical practice by declaring an intention, and also as you, try declaring an intention as you enjoy a flower petal bath. Okay, so self-care, celebration, aligning with your path, taking time to get quiet, to let those intuitive inspirations come through. Abundant. Ooh, I love it. I am connected to the endless abundance that life offers. I trust that the universe is plentiful and desires to flow in and through my life. I understand that scarcity is merely an illusion, and that any sense of lack is an invitation to deepen my appreciation. So gratitude. I acknowledge the beauty currently surrounding me and allow abundance to be cultivated from the inside out. So yeah, so focus on your mentality. Maybe you don't have lack. Maybe you don't have lack in your life. You just have way too much on your plate, and your energy was spread so thin that you couldn't manifest a damn thing because there wasn't like this concentrated focus, this effort. So clearing away is going to help you kind of get that clarity that you're looking for, clearing away things that don't align with plan A. Just like really, I see you really paring down so that you can get back into this like abundance mindset and really focus on what matters and let that like blossom and bloom and come forward. So we have stretch. The definition of stretch is to be made capable of being made longer or wider without tearing or breaking. By engaging the muscles actively, I expand what is possible in my body. What part of my body have I neglected and is longing for expansion and connection? Today I will spend 10 minutes consciously stretching and moving 3 parts of my body. Try cat-cow stretching. So that's a yoga move. You can probably easily Google it. It involves like arching and arching your back, kind of like you're on all fours, kind of breathing and arching your back. Great explanation. So try that. Try checking in with your body. Sit down for 5 minutes. Just take deep breaths the entire time and just kind of scan through and see where there's like tension. See if something hurts, like why is it hurting? How can we fix that? So kind of really just check in with your body and see what your body really, really needs. And then we have clarity at the bottom of the deck and surrender. Okay, I'll just read clarity. I release my past mistakes and future worries so I can find clarity in the now. My inner vision is clear and is sustained by the healthy boundaries I create. I understand that knowledge is not synonymous with clarity, but clarity is always accompanied by peace. I take time to sit with clouded thoughts and decipher what needs to be filtered. Yeah, so clearing away the clutter so that you can tap into your intuition, have that direct line, just unhindered, unencumbered, and kind of really set yourself back on the path towards your goals here. Okay, you guys, this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Looks like an awesome month is ahead for you in October. If you like this reading, if it resonated, please leave me some feedback. I want to know what's going on. Please like the reading if it resonated as well. And then if you haven't already, please subscribe. That would really help out. And I look forward to seeing you in your next reading. Until then, see you there. Hi, Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You guys chose this Quartz with Brookite and the Cosmic Woman Tarot. Okay, so let's get into your reading. Okay, so I feel like we're trying to manifest something this October, or we're actually working on it now. Stepping into October, I feel like there's maybe been some recent success that you've had, and it's like trying to like move in a new direction. With the Page of Wands here, like maybe something has kind of inspired you or lit you up or caught your attention, and you're trying to figure out how to make that a reality here with the Magician, kind of planning this manifestation, trying to make a choice on like the best route to take in order to achieve this, or if we even want to move towards this at all. I just see us kind of looking for some confirmation, some information, maybe from, I don't know if it's external or internal, maybe both, but you're just kind of like scanning around to get like some affirmation or validation regarding the path forward. And I see some uncertainty up in the mind, like perhaps there's like a lot of anxiety around this, and like there's like this general lack of clarity. And I do apologize if you can hear like cars and vehicles moving around. There is construction being done nearby, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it, although I wish there was. Anyway, but it looks like there's something that we're lacking some clarity on, and it's giving us anxiety on the path ahead. Like, will this continue to produce like success and the outcome that I'm looking for? Is this something for me? And it's kind of like feeling conflicted, like at a crossroads here. Like, what do I do? I like this, this inspires me, but there's something about this path that is a little bit unclear to me going forward. Also, too, the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck, it's like trying to study up, get some information however you can, talking to people, reading, you know, watching videos on YouTube, but just like getting as much information as you can. I feel like from the external, perhaps, regarding this path or opportunities that you're considering moving on. And we have the Queen of Wands here in attitudes, and the Empress in the environment. So yeah, so you have confidence. You have all the confidence you need to execute on new plans and new visions. I just like in your ability to execute, like you're very confident in your ability to do whatever, like you almost feel like I could do anything, like just like I challenge accepted almost with the Queen of Wands. Like she's very confident, she's very creative, she's very resourceful. She's beautiful. Like she just kind of, she really can she can charm people, put her nose to the grindstone. She's very independent and powerful. So I see you have that energy. Like I can do whatever I put my mind to, whatever lights me up. My passion kind of like pulls me through towards manifestations and things that I desire to bring into my reality. But there's something about what is coming up for you, something that's like recently caught your attention that just kind of feels a little unfamiliar and is maybe giving you a little bit of anxiety. like, is this the best time to pursue this? Like, there's just something you're trying to get more information on right now, I feel like. And then the environment, we have the Empress. So people can see you as this like abundant, creative, prosperous individual. Maybe somebody who like is great at manifesting, bringing things into existence, a very nurturing person, very caring person, loving person, somebody who's very warm, but somebody who like knows how to manifest, somebody who knows how to create abundance. And I see that the environment also is abundant for you. Like there's fertile ground everywhere for you to plant new seeds. And I feel like you know that. So it's kind of like deciding which direction to take next. What do I really want to do? It seems like perhaps maybe there are, I feel like there's 2 opportunities. There could be more, but I feel like a lot of you, it's going to be 2 things that you're weighing here, or something new that's a little bit of a divergence from the path that you're currently on. We have the King of Cups in the near future. So it's this energy of like this deep, loving energy, but not like overly expressive of that. Like emotional strength comes through as well. Like knowing what brings you fulfillment. And this could also be a person coming forward that does have romantic feelings for you, that maybe isn't the best at expressing them. So maybe that's a part of like this divergence from the path you're on. Like, what does this person want? How does this fit into my life? But I also feel like if you don't make a move with this person, like you're gonna be totally fine on your own as well. Like you stand strong there. Like you don't need anybody to make you feel loved. Like I feel like you're really good at showing yourself love. Okay. Especially with the Empress here. Like she's just this endless well of unconditional love. And I feel like you find love and creative like expression through projects and generating abundance and creating new things. So it looks like there is this abrupt change that might happen at the end of the month. I know perhaps you've been seeing this Tower card sitting here and thinking, oh my god, what is it? And I pulled a few extra cards here to clarify, because I'm never gonna leave something on the Tower, just say, okay, we'll see what happens. That's no. Even though it's kind of hard to predict what's gonna happen with the Tower, we can kind of take a look deeper and get an idea what the flavor of this Tower moment is. I don't feel like it's bad, okay? Given all the other cards here, I feel like this is good. I feel like it's more of like a lightning bolt of insight coming through for you, like that clarity that you're looking for here. Because I feel like you're focused on a level up. It's like perhaps this new opportunity that you're thinking about pursuing is something that you believe could take you to the next level in your career, in your life, closing out a chapter for you, perhaps. Maybe, I don't want to say that one that you were struggling, because I don't think that you've been struggling recently here with the Six of Wands, or maybe you've just kind of come into success and it's like, okay, so goal achieved, what's next? So it's like you're feeling like you kind of accomplished something, and it's just, I feel like it's time for a level up, the next level coming through. That's what we're kind of focused on for the month of October, kind of what we're hoping for, to close out an old chapter and start something fresh and highly abundant. But we have this moment of clarity coming in towards the end of the month here. This King of Cups energy will be coming in the next couple of weeks, so like mid-October, and then the Tower will be at the end. I feel like it's this moment of like insight that's just like cracks through the atmosphere, and it's like, bing, I know exactly what I need to do, because here's the extra cards that I pulled. So 7 of Cups, multiple opportunities. It can also create more confusion for you, but I just feel like it's gonna be like, oh, this isn't the only path forward. This other path I was like lit up and considering, like, it's like all of a sudden it's like going to become clear that, hey, there's actually a lot more here that can get you to your level up. And I feel like these things are going to be competing for your attention a little bit with this insight that comes through. It's like kind of like this realization, like, oh, and maybe even feeling a little bit overwhelmed by this realization, like, oh my gosh, there's all these other things that are available to me, and like kind of competing for your attention here with the 5 of Wands. And then with the Star, I feel like there's going to be some divine guidance coming through to kind of show you the path forward, like what you need to do. Like with that Tower moment is going to be that divine insight coming in and saying, okay, it's going to help you kind of pare down your focus to really decide which way to go here. I'm going to pull some extra clarifiers here just to like get a little bit more of an understanding of what's coming through here. But it looks like there's more out there than you're currently seeing at the moment, and it's really going to be made clear to you towards the end of the month. And perhaps this is like, with the Cups being here, love and relationships. Like maybe there's this person that's going to step forward and you're going to be like, oh, okay, you know, I'm kind of interested in this person. It seems like they have feelings for me. But then all of a sudden it's like, maybe you go to an event or something and it's like you draw so much attention towards yourself, and how could you not, with the Queen of Wands and the Empress, like sexiest woman alive. And it's like all of a sudden there's like different people competing for your attention here, or it's either different people or different projects competing for your attention. It could be a mixture. So I feel like there's going to be some divine guidance coming through though, with that, to kind of help us figure out where we need to go. Pile 2, let's get a few more clarifiers on that Tower card. Spirit, please clarify the Tower card. I feel like, okay, the energy of friendship came through with the 3 of Cups, so friends might be helpful here, or you could be out with friends when all of a sudden this realization comes through, or like there's this moment where it's like all of a sudden all these opportunities flood towards you. Let's see. Clarify the Tower, please, Spirit. Please clarify the Tower. 4 of Cups. Maybe so much that you're like, oh my gosh, you're gonna have to have discernment here, and like really go with your gut on like what lights you up or what gets you excited. Let's see, more clarity on this Tower. King of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like somebody is going to really stand out to you if this is regarding a romantic opportunity coming towards you at the end of the month, or like several. I feel like there's going to be one person that stands out to you, and they're going to feel like very strong in who they are. Perhaps they may have some money. They may be in real estate. They just kind of feel very solid, very dedicated, very grounded. So this person's gonna stand out to you above all the rest. I feel like there's going to be other people stepping forward that you're gonna kind of be like, meh, with the 4 of Cups here. But for a lot of you, there's gonna be like this moment where perhaps you're out with friends, and then all of a sudden it's like all these opportunities come towards you in terms of like dating or relationships. So maybe this is like, if this is about romance, this could be, you know, thinking about perhaps even somebody from the past that maybe has their eye on you, or you've been kind of watching them closely and like, do I want to get back together with this person? They might come forward, but they still might be emotionally quiet or blocked with you, and you might be like, ugh, what do I want to do here? I want things to change. And I think like all of a sudden, like all these opportunities are going to come through, and there's going to be like this one standout person to you. If this is regarding romance, if this is regarding like creative pursuits, I feel like there's going to be something that really just kind of like hits you over the head. Like, this is the money. This is the opportunity. And I feel like the insight is going to come in when you least expect it, obviously because of the Tower and because you're going to be out with friends. You're not even going to be thinking about all of this, okay? You're not even going to be thinking about all of this. You're going to be out with friends, and all of a sudden the insight's going to come through, and then all the rest of the stuff is going to fall away, and this one standout opportunity is going to just like make complete sense to you. So I feel like getting out of this Nine of Swords energy is going to happen when we're with friends, because we're not focusing and ruminating on these things. So this is going to come when you least expect it, likely when you're out with friends, distracted, having a good time, getting your mind off of this. It's like going to reset the energy, and that clarity is going to come through on where we need to go next. So there's probably two groups of you here. Pile 2, those looking for romance, those looking for a new creative opportunity, new job, new business, whatever. So that clarity is going to come through at the end of the month. Okay, so we've got oracles here. Let's get into them. We've got yield, nourish your soul, relax and allow. It's that 3 of Cups energy. Cord cutting. So if this is an X, we need to focus on really releasing that energy. Let your edges be liquid, flexibility and flow. Enough is a feast. We've also got what you seek has been given, rest to process these upgrades, integrate. Card 34 reduces to 7. Card 31 reduces to 4. Galactic Federation of Light. Processing the energy of the world. Unity is required to shift into higher dimensional frequencies. Unity, going out with your friends, shifting into higher dimensional frequencies. That clarity comes through. And then we've got 5th dimension, card 5. You are ascending. Be gentle and nourish your human form at this time. Exist in a state of love, not fear. Okay, so we need to get out of the 9 of Swords, and I feel like we will here. Pile 5. Now, I wanted to read what was in the book for this card because I thought it was interesting, because it seems like you guys are looking for clarity this month, and every single one of these cards I feel like points to that. So especially enough is a feast. It reads, for if you know what you want and will be content with it, you can be trusted. But if you do not know, your desires are limitless, and no one can tell how to deal with you. Nothing satisfies an individual incapable of enjoyment. So there's that 4 of Cups energy coming through. Like, we need to figure out what would bring us emotional fulfillment. And I feel like that is going to become like crystal clear for you towards the end of the month. Like, who or what brings you that emotional fulfillment that you've been seeking, that new path that you want to take, that level up in life that you are seeking. Who or what is going to bring you to that place? Obviously, you're going to bring yourself there, but there's things that you're looking to bring into your life to pursue here, to complement. So yield, nourish, relax, and allow. I feel like Spirit is telling you, okay, let's stop ruminating about this and pause and have some fun with friends. Like, schedule some fun time, because we need to get out of this energy of rumination, anxiety, and worrying about making the right decision on the path forward. With that relaxation comes clarity. So focus on your self-care, your self-love, especially with the Empress showing up in the environment. Like, take a spa day. Take time to really pour unconditional love into yourself. I mean, draw a bath, put some rose petals in it, and, line up some rose quartz and some candles, and just like really take time to take care of yourself. Like, love on yourself. And that's going to help you kind of get that clarity you need on what's going to bring you fulfillment. what's gonna, like, what true happiness, love, and joy feels like. It's gonna reacquaint you with that, because I feel like going up in the head and flying around into anxiety can serve as a distraction. It's like sometimes we can forget how to make ourselves happy or how to get out of that state. And I feel like we just need to break the cycle and do things that we love and that bring us joy and happiness and like relaxation, and then all of a sudden that clarity pops in. Yield. So like slow down. Take time to just relax and enjoy. Stop pushing yourself so much. Stop pushing for finding the perfect route forward. Relax, receive, yield, and then relax and allow. I feel like just echoes all of that as well. Just allow things to come through your intuition, through spirit, which I feel like is going to become louder towards the end of the month as you continue to allow yourself to relax and receive. Perhaps this is like this King of Cups. If it's not a person, it could be just you, like taking time to just like do what brings you like enjoyment. Okay, so cord cutting. So if this is like a relationship from the past that you're considering, like, do I want to go forward on this or try something new? Spirit is advising to do a cord cutting ritual so that you can get the clarity you need to get this person's energy out of your space. I feel like this person's energy is still in your space if this is, really a relationship for you, and you need to take time to really let go in order to get the clarity you need to move forward. Their energy is just too much in your space there. So there are awesome cord cutting rituals you can find online in books. You can always email me at hello@sagecentaurus. I can send you one for free, of course. It actually works really well. I've used it personally. So just focus on cutting away things that you might have attachments to. Okay, outcomes you might be attached to, people you might be attached to. You can do cord cutting rituals, say if this is like a business pursuit. Cut some cords to like some ideas, things that you maybe idolized or focused too much on to get the clarity. You just need to we need to get clarity by pulling excess energy out of our space. And I feel like cord cutting is a great way to do that. People, places, things, doesn't matter. You can cut cords to anything. And then let your edges be liquid. So flow. Like, don't be so hard on yourself and having to find an answer like right away. Like, let the answer flow in here as well. That's what Spirit is trying to say. Like, focus on flow. Focus on where you're drawn to. I'm thinking of like water and gravity, and like how it just kind of like flows wherever gravity pulls it. So we need to become lighter. We need to become more liquid. We need to, perhaps you need to drink more water as well. That might be a message for some of you. But we need to see where we're naturally flowing towards. What kind of gravity is pulling us, follow that gravitational pull of towards your next, towards your journey, your next journey. I'm like becoming tongue-tied here. And I feel like in order to allow that gravity to come through, we need to cut cords to things that create like other forms of gravity that could be causing a distraction here. So we need to allow the true gravity towards our next step here, or our next journey, or our next manifestation to come to the forefront. And I feel like it will. The King of Pentacles energy feels like it has a lot of gravity. It's earth energy, it's heavy, it's solid. Not heavy in a bad way, but it's solid and it's prosperous. So be drawn towards that gravity here of the King of Pentacles. Let yourself flow there. In order to do that, we need to cut other forms of gravity that might be distracting us. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense to me in my head, but sometimes, obviously, no, I'm me and you're you. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, please drop a comment and I'll do my best to explain. And let's see, let me read this one more time. For enough is a feast. If you know what you want and will be content with it, you can be trusted. But if you do not know, your desires are limitless and no one can tell how to deal with you. Nothing satisfies an individual incapable of enjoyment. So yes, so find what truly brings you joy this month. So that, and I feel like cutting cords, cutting away distractions, clearing away thoughts of people or like attachments to outcomes is going to help kind of bring that focus and that clarity in. And I think it's going to just pop in the moment you least expect it at the end of the month. Okay. Let's get some advice from Spirit for you. Pile 2. Just want to make sure we're still recording. Okay. Advice for Pile 2 Spirit for the month of October 2022. Okay. Advice for Pile 2 Spirit for October 2022. Make space for it. Exactly what I was saying. Cut those cords. Make space for that clarity to come through. Advice for Pile 2 Spirit. Being yourself is sacred. Okay, so get back into your own authentic energy. Find out what brings you authentic joy. There's something that Spirit is saying we need to get reacquainted with ourselves. What makes us feel love? What makes us feel fulfilled? We need to get reacquainted with that, because I feel like there's been some like paranoia, some panic, some anxiety going on about the path forward. You get out of that energy, okay? Just come back to yourself and just keep your focus on what makes you feel fulfilled and happy. Pour all the love into yourself for the month. And just focus on doing that. Focus on cutting attachments and cutting cords so you can get that clarity you need. But being yourself is sacred, and I feel like pouring love, unconditional love, that Empress energy into yourself this month is going to really help you to define and it's going to make it really obvious where you need to go next and what you want to do. Okay, one more. We got 2. Be gentle with yourself again. Give yourself grace. Don't demand too much of yourself. Don't feel like there's some kind of timeline we have to rush into a decision here. Just be gentle with yourself. Again, Empress energy coming through. Give yourself unconditional love and care, and celebrate little things, okay? So that'll help you pull yourself out of this 9 of Swords energy of ruminating and anxiety. Celebrate the little things, the little successes. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate the fact that you were able to take time to have a bath with flowers or candles or whatever works for you. Like, celebrate the little things in life. Like, find little ways to treat yourself. And what are you waiting for, okay? So get started on that. Get started on that as soon as possible. Pouring love into yourself. Okay. Let's get a few more advice cards for you. Pile 2. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just dropped the whole deck. Sorry. 1 second. Okay, pile 2. Advice from Spirit. It's going to be, there's going to be some, I feel like the Tower here is going to be a pleasant surprise. You're going to release something in order to bring something new in that fits better. But in like a way that I feel like is more exciting than scary. Okay. Advice, strength. Advice for pile 2, Spirit. Rest. Okay. Cleanse, of course. And receive. So I will go through and read these for you. So we have strength. I practice a balance between my feminine and masculine energies. I understand that strength will look different in various seasons of my life. When I'm rooted in vision and I know my own capabilities, I can confidently maneuver through my life. As I lean As I lean into trusting myself, my capacity to withstand the pressures of life expands. Like, that perfectly explains this entire reading, or resonates with this entire reading. Getting that balance, finding that balance within yourself. Perhaps you've been pushing too much, and that's a lot of masculine energy. We need to bring in more feminine energy coming through with the Empress here, okay? So take time to take care of yourself, nourish yourself, and the vision of where you need to go will come through. Confidently maneuver through my life. Queen of Wands energy. It'll be crystal clear to you. My capacity to withstand the pressures of life expands. So this Nine of Swords is going to fall away the more you start to focus your energy on, oh my gosh, what's the next path, versus let me just take care of myself right now. Okay, so like, I feel like that's the mindset shift we need to have. Rest. Rest is essential for a healthy and harmonious mind, body, and soul connection. In a world where hustle is all too often praised, rest is one of the most underrated tools for increased efficiency, creativity, and health. Has my current schedule been helping me or deterring me from experiencing more in my life? Today I will take a step towards prioritizing rest and eliminate any unnecessary tasks and activities. So again, take care of yourself. Take time. Get out of the pressures that you're putting on yourself. I feel like it is literally a mindset shift here. And cleanse. Decluttering and cleansing one's space and life can have such profound effects on one's overall well-being. The only thing needed to receive the new in my life is to make room for its arrival, okay? Cord cutting, clearing away, cleansing distractions, focusing on loving on yourself, bringing you joy. The clarity will come through into where you need to go next, who you want to let into your life next, or new opportunities you want to bring into your life next. That will all become clear once you shift your mindset and clear away distractions and attachments and just focus on pouring love into yourself. What areas of my life need cleansing? In what areas of my life is there a need for cleansing? Today I will take time to clean one area of my home that is in need of care. So you can start by doing that, or I feel like we just need to focus on caring for ourselves. Perhaps if this is a situation where you're like debating, do I want to get back with an ex or something, getting rid of any belongings that they have in your space is going to help you bring bring that clarity in for you. If you find yourself like overly researching, if this is like regarding a business opportunity or creative opportunity, overly researching, ruminating, spending too much time watching YouTube videos on it or whatever, get rid of the attachment to the outcome and the need to like know right now, and just draw a bath or take a walk. But I feel like we just need to shift the focus to self-care and self-fulfillment for now. That will allow the clarity to come through, cleansing out all the distractions, getting your mind back into balance and focus on the true prize, which is fulfillment. That's what we want. Okay, so focus on giving yourself fulfillment however you can, and then your new chapter will match that energy of fulfillment, and it'll become very, very obvious. All right, you guys, I hope you liked this reading. I hope it resonated. I hope it made sense. Looks like a great month for you to kind of focus on yourself here. And if you like the reading, if it resonated, please leave a comment. I want to know what's going on. I would love an update. Make sure you like the video and then hit subscribe. That would be really helpful for me. And then if you're interested in booking a private reading, information on how to do that is down below in the description box. And if you're interested in any of these decks or the crystals that we have here today, or jewelry or whatever, it's all available in the shop. Links are down below. I will see you in your next reading, pile 2. Bye. Hi, pile 2. I was putting your cards away and I forgot to let you know that the bottom deck energy actually for the oracle decks I did want to share with you because I thought it was just so interesting. So we have Enlightened. The knowledge you seek is seeking you. There are no distorted versions of reality. Okay, so it's all about knowing an answer but not the solution. The solution will come through towards the end. I feel like you're looking for answers now, but what we really need is the solution. So stop focusing on the answers, let the solution come forward. And then I know nothing. I just thought it was so interesting how these 3 cards kind of talk about knowing and deciding. So I know nothing. So focus on just pulling your attention away from finding the answer so that the solution can come forward through rest and relaxation and self-care. All right, pile 2, that's it. Just wanted to share that with you. Totally forgot. And I will see you in your next reading. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys selected the gorgeous Pyrite and the Mother Tarot. So let's take a look at what's coming up for you in October 2022. So it looks like we just came out of some kind of situation that really came out of left field. Something that kind of leveled some sort of foundation. Perhaps we felt like something really slipped through our fingers here with the Tower, but it can just kind of, it can either be like a catastrophic moment of feeling like you're losing everything, or something, you know, meaningful is being lost. But in reality, a Tower moment is when the universe, so if we're going on a path that doesn't really make sense for us, and we're not following, you know, nudges from spirit, spiritual guidance, and we just continue to move forward in ego on a false foundation, and spirit's going to give you tons of signs, you know, throughout this process that, hey, you need to make a turn. You're going down the wrong path. Like subtle, you know, instances, then they can become, you know, more burdensome. Like, oh my gosh, I'm in traffic every day. Why is this happening? I feel like this is just happening to me. To like some sort of calamitous event where we're like, okay, I have nothing else to do but completely separate from this situation, and it's destroyed and it's done. So it can be a painful event, but it's just an event of a massive separation from a false foundation or something that we have been putting energy towards that just wasn't taking us down the best path possible for us. Something just not really aligned for us spiritually. So some sort of event happened that is life-changing, foundation leveling here more recently, and it looks like we're starting to build up a new foundation here in the month of October 2022, supported by a lot of friends, a lot of support in the community, friendships, perhaps even drawing new friendships towards you here with the 3 of Cups. But the 3 of Pentacles is, sorry, I had to stop for a moment. So it looks like we're in the month of October building up a fresh foundation here with the 3 of Pentacles, with assistance from others, starting fresh here, going in a good direction. And there's this energy of harmony coming through, kind of moving away from this disturbing energy of the Tower and becoming more aligned with the path, perhaps even getting more spiritual insights here with the High Priestess coming in at the bottom of the deck. Kind of clearing away maybe blockages to intuition, psychic messages, spirit happened with this Tower moment. Those blockages were cleared away, and it's kind of like, okay, we're getting support and moving forward in a good direction here to rebuild the foundation in a way that really fulfills us, makes us happy, makes us feel connected and supported. Up in the mind, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and in the basis of the situation, it's the 9 of Pentacles. So to me, what stood out is 9 plus 1 is 10, obviously. And it looks like right now, through the month of October, just in the beginning, we're feeling fine, like standing on our own 2 feet, feeling like abundant in, you know, the energy that we provide ourselves and others. It's like we feel like there's nothing needed here. So also too, it makes me think like whatever this Tower moment was didn't really affect you financially. Maybe it was more of like an emotional thing, because it looks like right now you're doing fine financially, or you feeling like you're doing okay, and you know, you're standing strong in your own value, you know, your self-worth here. But up in the mind, we're looking for this like additional pentacle. We're thinking about, what can I do to add to this to create the ultimate situation for myself? And so I think the Tower honestly was just like a minor setback, maybe more emotional in nature, because when it comes to like building up your surroundings here in the physical world, in the 3D world, it looks like you're pretty solid there. But you know, also the Pentacles can relate to family, safety, security. So looking for this final pentacle can also be indicative of like, I want to find the one person, place, or thing that makes me feel most complete. Like it feels like, it looks like you're feeling like very complete on your own, but there's like one more thing you just kind of want to add to like make things completely ideal for you, everything you're dreaming of. So I feel like we have that on our mind, like what is one more thing what's this like final seed I can plant, or this opportunity I can take advantage of in order to really achieve the 10 of Pentacles from the 9. We have the 4 of Swords and the 8 of Wands here. The 4 of Swords in attitudes indicates to me that we're still kind of getting some clarity after this Tower moment, just kind of taking some time to isolate. Like I do feel like I see like support of friends around, but I see you also choosing to spend a lot of time alone. Like your friends are around to help you kind of build back up, to provide the support that you need, but you're also taking time on your own to just kind of heal, get the clarity you need, just kind of get back to yourself here with the 4 of Swords. And then the 8 of Wands in the environment is indicating to me that there might be like a lot going on right now, and you're kind of like maybe feeling a little bit overwhelmed, or you just feel like you need more personal time, personal space than normal to kind of get back to yourself and build your energy up. I hope you guys can see these cards. And then we have the Queen of Wands in the near future. So I really see that confidence kind of coming back in here. I mean, I already see us kind of having confidence here with the 9 of Pentacles, but we're really going to be on fire coming up within a few weeks into October, like really feeling lit up again, like passion being reignited here. This is like stability, steadiness, and then here's the passion coming back in after a moment of self-care and clarity. And in hopes and fears, we have the Moon. So there is this fear of, I think, not having achieved full clarity. And I think it's creating some internal conflict here with the 5 of Wands. So I feel like there's going to be some internal conflict coming up at the end of the month. Like it feels like you're going to kind of go up and have that confidence, but then all of a sudden there's going to be something like pulling at you in your intuition where you feel like you might be missing some information, and then there's like an internal conflict on what to do. How do we want to move forward in pursuit of finding that final pentacle that we're looking for this month, that final bit of stability, that final bit of maybe a family situation, like finding your other half or whatever that may be, because this is like single family. Like if you, well, the ace is obviously a new opportunity, but if we add the ace to the 9, we have the 10, which is like the entire picture. You're having like a full family. So, or it's just kind of leveling up an additional step to achieve like the top tier of your career, or some other pursuit that you're interested in. But there's some internal conflict coming up here at the end of the month as to like, am I making the right choices? Like, I do see some confidence coming through, but then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, am I going in the right direction? Like the second guessing of oneself here towards the end of the month. So with the moon and the high priestess, I'm thinking that intuition is going to be something like that's kind of really pulling at you this month. Perhaps like with the energy, I'm so sorry for the dog barking. Perhaps with the energy of Pentacles, like you find yourself often in your rational mind, kind of dealing with what's real and what's in front of you at any given point in time. But there's this, and maybe that like keeps you from dipping down into your intuition and relying upon that to get solid, what feels like solid information. But the spirit is trying to nudge you towards dipping into your intuition to clear up any sort of internal conflict that might be coming up. I feel like this internal conflict that might come up towards the end of the month relates to a situation that can only be solved by dipping into intuition to find the answer. So you also might feel like you're conflicting with others, but that's because you have this internal conflict going on. So the energy surrounding you might be buzzing a little bit with this energy of chaos. So in order to kind of clear that up, I do feel like we need to dip into intuition to find the answers you're looking for. They're not going to be real solid, tangible answers. They're going to be fluid answers that live in the subconscious, in the intuition. Okay, so let's look at your oracle cards, which I have pre-shuffled. We've got forgive, live, my voice just cracked, truth, carefree timelessness, blood sacrifice. Don't worry, that's not anything horrible, although it's a interesting looking card. And then Sky Daddy, Shapeshifter, make sense of this world by understanding the unknown, leave fear behind and shift your perspective, for this is where you will find a new state of awareness. Like, oh my gosh, what did I just say? We've got Cosmic Womb. Okay, so Shapeshifter was 17, that reduces to 8, which is prosperity. And then Cosmic Womb 25 reduces to 7 for spiritual. Seek connection with oneself as you are a source of empowerment in life. In here lies your divine insight. Again, going within to seek the answers that you're looking for. Optimal Self 38, that goes to 11. Which reduces to 2, but we can keep it at 11 because 11 stands on its own. Another very spiritual number. It's a number that represents like synchronicities. So dense energies must be left behind in order for you to align with higher frequencies. Okay, so yeah, so Spirit is telling you in the month of October, we really need to focus on getting in touch with Spirit. There is some shadow work that needs to be done. We need to go within and really clear out space for a direct line of communication in with the universe, with guides, with whatever, our own intuition, so that we can start to get the clarity that maybe we feel like we're lacking or is hindering growth. I feel like Spirit started that chain of events here with the Tower, and the Tower is usually an external event, something out of our control. So I feel like Spirit's trying to get your attention, like, okay, I'm going to clear a little bit of a path here for you, and now it's up to you to move forward to figure out the right way. And I see you trying to kind of rebuild, but with Pentacles, that's 3D, that's physical energy, that's dense energy. And it feels like you're attempting to rebuild in a way that is familiar. It's like the same old method. And we need to try something new, something more fluid, something more spiritual, something more watery here with our intuition, with the moon and with the high priestess both showing up. Until then, you will feel this sense of internal conflict as to where you need to go, maybe feeling even blocked in one way or another if you continue to focus on rational material, the material world, solid physical solutions. This is something where we need to kind of get quiet and go within and lean on intuition in order to find the best path forward. Just want to double check. Okay, yeah. So it's like, and I feel like you're going to start to do that actually here with the Four of Swords. Like, that's starting to kind of quiet the all the chatter and getting right with yourself. So it's like, I see you kind of slowly leaning into this process, but I feel like there might be just too much going on in your environment that might be distracting you here with the Eight of Wands. Like, there might be a lot of people trying to get in touch with you, a lot of communication coming in, just like kind of like a lot of action going on. For some of you, this could be like an influx of intuitive messages, and maybe starting to explore them and listen to them as well. But I see that it's kind of like this overwhelming feeling here when it's combined with the Four of Swords, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But Spirit is pulling you towards your intuition here this month, okay? So we need to find the right way forward in a completely new way, something that feels like unfamiliar, I think, for most of you, because it looks like most of you are used to working in pentacle energy and like the physical reality, and like looking for hard, tangible, physical answers to things that you can touch, taste, smell, whatever, see. But we have to dip into those subtle energies in order to proceed. Spirit wants you to take a new direction here. So let me go ahead and read to you what the book says about these three cards, because I personally thought it was very interesting. So we'll start with blood sacrifice. Cognitive dissonance occurs when an individual's behavior conflicts with their personal morality, causing them to separate their actions from the consequences they produce. This practice preserves the ego at the expense of the soul. So we could be leaning into ego energy here again. So Spirit wants you to separate from that ego energy and flow into intuitive energy, spiritual energy. So in addition to enabling the masses to participate in atrocities they would never consciously condone, it creates a debt in the spirit world that isn't acknowledged in the physical, driving a wedge between this essential connection and with it an existential sense of loss. The universe accepts payment in blood. It's a form of fuel, but a peculiar one. Make sure every choice you make is one you can live with, because live with it you must. What do you need that requires blood, and can you live with it on your hands? So Spirit wants us to get out of ego energy this month, kind of like graduating, getting a higher consciousness. Spirit wants you to graduate to a higher consciousness this month. I feel like it's cleared a path in order for you to do that. Now it's just up to you to kind of continue to forge that way. Okay, let's read Sky Daddy. The sun is the supreme archetypal patriarch. I cannot read today, I do apologize. Fearsome in its power, but gentle enough to nurture life, a source of consistency, dependability, and routine. Mighty in all it does, its jubilation and exuberance, its sorrow and its rage, shining, energizing, and scorching indiscriminately. To worship Sky Daddy is to let the sunshine cup your face, to work in the garden, to find shapes in the clouds, to feel peace in the sunset. Those who have endured a dark night of the soul know this to be sacred. So this is connecting in with the energies around you, getting yourself back into the moment, connecting in with the spiritual essence of nature. Okay, the sun is a source of vitality. It's also, like it said in the book, it kind of controls routines within the entire world. We get up with the sun and go to bed with the moon. So kind of taking a moment to get out of your routine, out of the energy that you're used to working with, and kind of taking time alone, perhaps in nature, to kind of absorb all that's kind of going on around you in a very subtle way, like all the magic that kind of exists around you in nature, and just even finding solace and a form of spiritual enlightenment and comfort, just feeling the sun on your skin. Like that to me is one of the best feelings in the world. So that I feel like is going to kind of help you get your center, spending time out in the sun. And then carefree timelessness is also about being in the moment. So we need to, I feel like you might be the type of person that maybe overly rationalizes things, no judgment at all, but if, like, will take like intuitive information and toss it up into their mind and then completely shred it away with rationalization. And we need to like stop that cycle. So we need to like, and a good way to do that is to be in the moment. You can really get into the moment by taking time, spending it outside, and just kind of observing nature around you and all the magic that just kind of is unfolding every second of the day. But find joy in what you're doing in the moment, and you're going to lose time, right? You're going to lose that thought of like being subject to schedules and deadlines, and you're going to just kind of be in the moment and maybe even have the opportunity to process emotions. Perhaps with this pentacle energy here, you are hesitant to process emotions. You just kind of want to rationalize things a little bit. So we need to take time, allow the mind to get quiet, which it looks like you're kind of starting that process anyway at the beginning of the month, and focus on being in the moment to continue to keep the mind quiet and like have this like carefree timelessness, as the card reads. Just kind of lose track of time by being in the moment and following your own joy, what brings you true authentic joy, not what the physical world tells you will bring you joy, not what you've been conditioned to that will bring you joy, like to believe will bring you joy. This is about following the messages from spirit, from your intuition, to find what makes you authentically joyful, happy, and what's going to lead you to that final piece, that final pentacle in your life, that final like it's going to take you to the top tier, feeling like, okay, I finally have everything I need and there's absolutely nothing else more that I need. It's like that's the final piece to the puzzle, is coming out of the rational, real, physical world, dipping into intuition to discover your own authentic joy, your personal spiritual truth, and moving forward with that guidance instead of the tried and true, maybe what people, other people have told you to do will bring you success, or what you've conditioned to believe will bring you success. Go within and find what brings you success, joy, and happiness. Find your truth from within, and then live. Obviously, not obviously to you, but obviously to me, this is tying in with being in the moment, taking time to actually live and not building. This pentacle energy is about building and constantly being busy, tirelessly working away. And we need to just kind of live. And a part of living is also experiencing the joy of, and sometimes frustration of emotions, but working through that and getting stronger as a result, and becoming more aligned with your truth as a result of exploring your own emotional nature here. And then forgive. So there may be somebody that you need to forgive this month, or maybe somebody will be forgiving you, but there's this energy of forgiveness coming through. Maybe you need to forgive yourself for things that you've done to block yourself from your own authenticity. There's nothing to feel guilty about. You're always where you need to be at every exact moment. So there's this energy of like forgiveness and moving forward here, and gaining like a new understanding of who you are through your emotional self, through your intuition. And I feel like that is going to help you get you know, one step or more closer to that final pentacle that you're seeking here. But I think until you do honestly fully take a leap of faith and dive into messages coming up from your intuition, or consistently allowing space for them to come through, you will feel like you're in an internal conflict. Now, nothing is set in stone here, so this is changeable. This Five of Wands, obviously in the outcome, you can avoid this internal conflict, but this to me is just saying that you might still be working through this learning process, because this is not something you can learn overnight. This is behavior change, this is reprogramming. It takes time, it takes dedicated focus and effort. So you might still be feeling a little bit of internal conflict, but I do feel like if you do stay focused on this work and dipping into your intuition, that you will find your way past this internal conflict into much more clarity than you can even imagine, especially with Sky Daddy coming through in the clouds. It's like the clouds are clearing and all of a sudden this clarity is just kind of bursting forth here. Okay, let's get some advice for you, pile 3, for the month of October 2022. October 2022, pile 3, advice from the Spirit. Advice from the Spirit, October 2022, pile 3. Okay. Live, staying alive. Little by little. Yeah, so go in grace. Take your time, explore this earnestly, if that's something you want to do. I feel like it's really going to help you find what you might feel is missing in your life. It's also going to make you feel like, I feel like some energy of vitality will come through as a result of this process, because you're going to be chasing your own authentic joy. So staying alive, I feel like you might almost feel like this is spurring like a new lease on life. Like you feel like maybe you even have a lot more energy coming through. This almost looks like a sun, like this energy of vitality and like a healthy ego. Like we do need ego for identity, right? So this is kind of like not letting your ego control you, but you know, working with your ego in a healthy way and like a healthy, balanced way, so that you can still like tune into your emotions and feel your emotions and process everything and like relate to others in a much healthier way. And then little by little, so this obviously is just telling you we still might not get to the finish line by the end of the month, but this process will take time, but you will get there if you continue to just like stay dedicated to it, stay focused on the mission, following your intuition here, okay, with the moon. The moon represents intuition. So continue to try to focus on relying on your intuition and then coming together. So this is dark and light, light and dark. So I feel like there is some shadow work that needs to be done. There are emotions buried underneath that perhaps maybe need to be processed in a safe space. So journaling is extremely helpful with that. Writing down your dreams is helpful with that. But I feel like as you continue to delve into your intuitive nature, you're going to start to dip into those depths where all that shadow work is kind of hiding out, and there's stuff that you're going to have to process in order to give you your like mental, emotional, physical freedom back, like integrating the shadow self with the light self is operating as a complete individual. So becoming more fully realized, like understanding your triggers and what's driving you, and being able to eliminate things that aren't like stemming from you, like who you naturally are, maybe external influences that you've imprinted in the subconscious that are driving you in a way that's leading you towards things that aren't the most supportive of like the life that you are truly seeking out for yourself, like your own authentic joy and happiness. So there is this need to kind of do a little bit of shadow work in order to kind of integrate the personality, to get rid of this internal conflict and to feel like whole and to have a more joyful experience. All right, and we've got another deck here. Let's look at some more advice from Spirit for you for September 2022. Spirit, September 2020, sorry, October 2022. Oh my gosh. I'm all over the place in this reading. I was not like this in pile 1 and 2, so maybe you feel like you've been a little scattered recently, which makes sense with the Tower coming up. October 2022. Pile 3. October 2022, pile 3. October 2022, pile 3. Too many, one more. October 2022, pile 3. Okay. Look at the bottom of the deck. Sorry, I didn't mean that big inhale. Didn't mean to scare you. Okay. Courage, cleanse, and create. Okay, so courage. I make courage a daily practice. Though circumstances may feel overwhelming, I know I have what it takes. As I take time to recall the various hardships I have already overcome, I cultivate courage for the new thing before me. I know that every act of courage, whether small or big, makes an impact far beyond what I may see. So that Queen of Wands energy coming through, courage, confidence, believing in yourself, pushing boundaries. Cleanse. Decluttering and cleansing one's space and life can have such profound effects on one's overall well-being. The only thing needed to receive the new in my life is to make room for its arrival. Okay, so clearing away old ways of doing things, old habits, in order to make room for leaning in the intuitions, living through that process. That's quite a big change, and it's going to take time to integrate. I just felt drawn to say that at that moment. But in my life, to make room for its arrival, in what areas of my life is there a need for cleansing? Today, I will take the time to clean one area of my home that is in need of care. So if that helps get the energy moving in cleansing, you can start by working in your physical space, which actually might be more familiar for you. It looks like you kind of operate in that space anyway, and then see how you can bring that cleansing in towards the subconscious to clear away unhealthy subconscious programming, conditioning that might be driving you away from what you truly authentically want, but more towards like what you've been conditioned to want. So we need to find out what we truly want by cleansing away things that like false conditioning and things like that. So we have create. The divine desires to be revealed through my creative expression. Creating is much more about dancing with life than about achieving perfection. What have I been desiring to create, and what possibilities could open up for me if I took the risk? Today I am willing to take time to make a dream board of what my heart desires to come alive. Okay, so yeah, so getting in touch with what brings you authentic joy. Doing a dream board is a perfect way to do that, or just kind of even journaling. As like silly as that sounds, like ask yourself in each moment, like with something that you're doing, like say you're drinking a certain tea, you're like, why do I drink this tea? Does it really make me happy, or was I told to drink it because somebody told me it could benefit my health in XYZ ways? And it's kind of like going through everything that you do on a daily basis to kind of weed out and pull out things that come in from the external, so that you can make room for your internal voice to like become louder for you and guide you towards what truly brings you authentic joy, so you can create the life that you truly, truly desire. Intuition. I'm connected to and honor my intuition. My intuition is my greatest ally, and my body is her temple. I am my greatest teacher. I am safe when I trust my own knowing. I trust that my body is full of wisdom, and I choose to lean into her gentle inclinations. So intuition is coming up big time for you guys. High Priestess, the Moon, and this intuition card, as well as these other cards here that have popped up, the Oracle cards. Seek connection with oneself as your source of empowerment and life. And here lies your divine insight. So Spirit is really kind of asking you to focus on that aspect of your life this month. That's I think pretty loud and clear here. And then forgot the bottom of the deck on the Inquire Within cards. Being yourself is sacred. So yeah, getting in touch with your own authentic nature. So that's just another confirmation there. Learning who you are, really taking time to weed out things that may be disguising who you are, to really make room for who you are as in your authentic, joyful, spiritual nature. All right, pile 3, this is what I've got for you for the month of October 2022. I hope this was helpful. If it resonated, if it was helpful, I would love to hear from you in the comments. I would love some feedback. It would also be great if you hit the like button. That would be really helpful, as well as subscribing so you can get these readings as they come out. Yeah, and that's it. I hope you have a great October, and I will see you in your next reading. Bye.